My life? My life? Can somebody tell me if I'm live? Still don't like myself here. I want to live in a filter, man. Am I on? These were my instructions for the day. Where are you going? She's walking in front of me. Well, you've finally done the crossover from roommate to pet, we think yesterday. So she is finally acting like a pet, which is driving me crazy right now. Oh my God, I'm crooked everywhere, aren't I? My bangs are a pain in the butt. Okay, so how can I? No, I want all chat and I want. Nope, I'll have to play with that later. I'm putting my phone right in front of me. It's not the brightest idea on the planet either. You should see my desk at the mess. Just trying to figure things out. Oh, let's see. I need to be more over here. No, whatever. Hello. Hi, Fuzz. Got this on Thursday when I wasn't supposed to buy anything, but Papa Cat made me go in to go pick up a thing he did. And right when you open the door to the mall, there was a sangria store. So I don't get mad at myself for doing things, but still, that was mean. Oh, and you can tell I haven't been playing with my face lately. I realized this morning when I was at my chiropractor that her and I need something. Egos. She had to look for her belly dancing and she had no video of it and she's been doing it forever. And it's like I finally looked myself up on Google to see what I had floating around there. And I had nothing floating around there either. And it's like we were talking about it because she has to go hunt him down because she's gonna go do a performance across the pond, probably. And I told her, I said, we need egos. Yes, I'm adjusting my neck. Uh See? I hate the mirror thing. Actually, my phone does it incorrectly too. So, hello, Adam. This is my middle finger just started itching and then you went live. No, considering that the middle finger was the only thing I was allowed to do as a kid because I had a sailor dad. So every third word out of his mouth was a cuss word. And then I said the F word by accident. And then I got the lecture from my mom on the last time she ever said the F word when my parents had first met, probably first year they met. They were at a Greek restaurant. They got into a fight, and literally, as my mom was saying, right before my mom said the nanosecond before my mom said the N word, the band stopped. And my mother said F. And everybody looked at her. In 1972, that wasn't appropriate. So she never said the F word from then. So I got to do this all the time. I know that's in the first 5 minutes. I'm not monetized now, am I? Oh, he said, okay. Yep, in the first 5 minutes. Part of the instruction were the time, the stream duration should appear at the bottom of the prism window because I was looking for it last time. Yes, that's how messed up my world is. I have Hello Kitty drink coasters for my, this is my happy mug. It's my happy mug because it's poppies. And this is the one I use at home when I'm not as happy as I should be. Anyway, ooh, even with, see, I'm getting better at putting on liquid eyeliner. It's hard. Regular people cannot do it, trust me. And if they can, they're possessed. It comes with the Goth hand manual. You get your own liquid eyeliner. And so I'm getting better at it, putting makeup on purpose. So I look presentable in front of the camera and curled my eyelashes. And I still can't push my glasses all the way up to my nose because my eyelashes go against it. First world problem, definitely, but my world problem. So I'm trying not to go like this, like I did the other day. So let's see, sitting, no face, Adam. Let's see, what are we talking about? Everybody saying hi. Uh, yes, I did say that about realized on Saturday. Um, my dad worked on a pirate ship. No, all I had to say is that my dad was a sailor. That's all. They were just like, um, I don't remember what I was gonna say now. Must have not have been important. So the world is falling apart again. Dude off, dude off. But I'm with Streets on his comment or his string of comments last night. All of this is none of my effing business. If I don't know anybody, I'm sorry that MR passed away. ASL should just give up and like close shop for a few months, because he definitely it was the ultimate way that MR got back in, I guess. Oh, let me see. Okay. Forget about it. Yeah. Was it No Face said, remember being little, you would hold your tongue and say, my dad worked on a pirate ship. And that's when I said, no, he was a sailor. Look at my teeth. I don't like being in front of the camera. And I can't figure out anything else to do because this is daylight and Birdie and Abby move around too much. Because when Papa Cat does his Twitch, he has cameras on the girls. So, uh, you're not. Oh, thank you, Dee. Hi, Dee. I'm sorry you're not as happy today. You look lovely in your room, quite cheerful. Yes, this is definitely the craft room. Well, actually, the whole house is sort of cheerful and it's done on purpose. My cheerful like style is allowed to permeate the house. It used to be Kitty was only allowed to be in the bedroom when we had the smaller place, and then I got here and Kitty was here, but I've got so many things that are Kitty and it makes me happy. And the last thing a Papa Cat wants me is upset or depressed. I could, not talk for a month sometimes. Not literally, I would say two or three sentences, but I really wasn't. So me being happy is a good thing. Oh, I did it again, didn't I? Okay, let's see. I'm reading. Ah, okay. I will look them up when I get off. Hi, everybody in chat. I know I've tried that before just to be facetious to my parents or my mom. It was like, ooh, you haven't said the F word since 1973. Ooh. No, no face, do it. Hold your tongue. No, I'm not going to go into your fetish universe. Ah, cheat code for cussing as a kid. Okay. Just act out your stream of it. See, I still want to like adjust my shirt. It's because I put my Actually, it's because I don't usually have to pay attention to what I'm doing unless it's a Monday night and I'm going to club or something. So, yeah. Then you make sure that you're dressed almost perfect. So when you walk by any window on the way into club, you can like fix it. It's gonna be this way the whole time. I know it. Ah, That's just said, "Don't make me drop the Folsom Street leak." And of course, now it's still, "Have you found me up my alley? Up your alley?" I can't remember. Um, oh, and this freaking light is dying. Okay, I tried. I closed the curtains. No more sun for me. Um, oh, so the person who was in the Great Flash Mob on Saturday, looked at it this morning. He was very excited about it. He thought it was great. Knowing him, he's probably telling all of his friends about it. And I thought Papa Cat was going to make me like a clip for it to send to him, but knowing us, since I think we looked around for something yesterday and we said that we had given the brain to Birdie, so she now shares our brain. Yeah, the glasses on your head thing. I'm really good right now at doing the my phone is in my pocket thing. So, uh, and outside is just, well, now it's not because it's the afternoon, but it's foggy and I forgot to take a allergy pill, so ah, puppets. I gotta get puppets. I have one puppet. See, I don't know if he's old enough to be offended by fetishizing. Oh, oh yeah, that's what it was. So on the way home, after I got off the thing with you, I was talking to my flash mob friend, and he said it was great, it was perfect, and something I wouldn't say to the real world, but I say within our culture is I worship you. So it's not like, and I was like, oh my God, we have our own like language too, than the normals. So 'cause I wouldn't say that to anybody here. That just sounds, creepy and movie like. Hand puppets. La la la. Yeah, I can't turn it on in the daytime because it makes a big ugly color. So then it just turns into one big, thing. Maybe I'll have it on when Carrie and I go on Thursday. Yes, Carrie Ann and I are going on Thursday at 7 o'clock. So I've got one hand puppet, and I don't know how to do a hand puppet. I know. The thumb, the two fingers in the head. Ooh, there's something in here to grip, I guess. Turn the head sideways, and then I've got like two fingers here. So I do have one hand puppet, and let's see. Yay, antics. You watched the Flash Mob on replay. Yay. I know. I was thinking with MR passing, he screwed my hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Can you believe that? Ah, there we go. Believe it or not, my membership is almost up at the zoo and probably isn't on automated re-membership, which I have to do. I support Oakland Zoo and Oakland Museum. So anyway, yeah. So MR school screwed up my my flash mob. It was the first thing I thought of. And the second thing I thought of was, whoa, ASL should just go into hiding for a couple of months. Mike Render pulled the biggest middle finger on the planet. And this is the way I react to dead people. I've always been so extremely stoic. For some reason, I'm always the one who sits there and helps the people cry. So I'm not being disrespectful, I'm being myself. So, see, hand puppet. And the club, remember the clubby DJs, their mascot is a hand puppet, is a squirrel. So that's why I have so many squirrely things. And that squirrel that's above my Planned Parenthood bumper sticker, he was a gift from somebody, from one of the patrons to me. He's if I remember right, he's vintage. So I think it was anniversary night. Anniversary nights are huge. Everybody comes out of the woodwork. People fly here for anniversary night. So someone who was just like, I brought this for you, and it was very sweet. But yeah, he's vintage. So let me see. What else? Oh, I'm doing it again. I gotta stop this. Leaving the normals. I know, no face, I tried. Oh, oh. Hey Dove, how are you doing? Oh, does a squirrel have a name? Can it be squirrel? I don't know. Papa Cat remembers the names more than I do. I name them, and then next thing you know. So I can ask him if he remembers it. He's obviously in the meeting right now, otherwise he'd be on here. So, because he's at work. Squirrel Ron Hubbard. That squirrel in is Natalie. No, 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 no. This squirrel is Natalie. Beautiful squirrel. Watch for the teeth. Yes. I would have named her Linda if I could. But it's like, you don't expect anything. Pretty squirrel, pretty gray squirrel. This is Natalie. And the one meowing, if you can hear her, that's the supermodel. What do you want, babe? I know. So yeah, I wanted them to be pets again. Can I take that back now? I don't know where I'm gonna put. I should put this back. Let's see here. And Fuzz likes moose, and that's the funny thing. It's like I can't because it's all messed up over there. This belongs to a moose, and just making sure he didn't fall. So that's why it was funny when Fuzz said she liked moose. I'm like, oh my god, mooses and squirrels. We got tons of them. Excuse my nose. Now she's sitting in her chair, their chair. It's an assorted cat chair. Big chair I got one day and sits in the corner over there. So if I ever really do crafts or really do something here, somebody can sit there and talk. Papa Cat does it. Oh, so let's see. Did I say hi to Antics? Hi, Antics. Hi, Irish Mart. Some names sometimes. Okay, so I got the names. I know it's there. I see the heart now. Yeah, it's right there. And like I said, I can't turn it on because, I mean, I can if it's still connected to a battery. Nope, not connected to a battery. So, and we have tons of batteries at the Armageddon desk. So, but like I said, having to get here, and I've never been on time if my life was on the line. I mean, I was thinking as I walked in, because my dad's a big time person, excuse me. I was thinking as I came in, if my dad's uh talking part of his body was in a slicey slice, I'd still be late. I'm explaining that to my chiropractor this morning is that I was glad because I didn't get the flash, did not get the flash. I got right before and right after because I thought they were going across the street. And I told her, I said it was perfect that I didn't get the skirts up because YouTube probably would have, killed the whole stream. So it's like I got the fun parts around it, and you could tell what happened by me giggling my head off afterwards for a half an hour. So mine's drooling. Yeah, those days. Or you're just drooling. I mean, I know I actually make the orange cat drool when I rub the side of her face. That's both of them actually. It's like some kind of petty drool back or something. Oh, let me see. Squirrel who doubles as his sophisticated cousin squirrel. She has some tiny glasses on Natalie the squirrel. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I don't even know she knows this is her. It's like when I saw this at the goth fair, this guy does it. This is real like dental stuff. I like totally got her, and Papa Cat was like, "What's her name gonna be?" And I'm like, Natalie. Because one of these days it's gonna come out. She's a mom, so it's like no matter how fluffy and nice you sound, one of these days these are gonna come out and go, "You're it, bozo." So actually, and Carrie Ann. See. There we go. That's better. Okay. Let me see. If two SPs have a disagreement, is it called a squabble? That would be funny, wouldn't it? Hi, Bob. Oh my God, you're early. I've only been in for 20 minutes. 20 minutes? Wow, it's really easy to waste time at the desk. You know, I have nothing of, well, actually, no, I did have something of substance earlier. The ASL uh, tidbits were actually semi-serious. And this is all my ideas. It's all entertainment. It's not based on anything that's factual. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good vibes. So your dad's old Portuguese man who's obsessed with time. I didn't bring my little computer. I'm gonna have to look that up. A sailor is a Portuguese. Well, I've got Portuguese. I've got indigenous Spanish and Portuguese. I don't think I could be any more of a stereotype. Uh, first, second gen out of the reservation. So let me see. YouTube would have killed the whole stream. Yeah, that's why I was just like my heart sank when I looked at it on the way home and I missed the flash and I was like by the time I got home I was like, "No, that's actually a good thing." Because if I would have gotten the flash even with the skirts in the opposite direction, that would have been offensive and they'd have taken the whole stream down, would not let me put it back up. So me missing them flashing is absolutely perfect. And it was so much fun. Uh my friend actually said that you could hear the bagpipes as he came around as was it the wafting sound of bagpipes as like I'm crossing the street or something. And he very excited about it. It's so much fun getting nerds excited. Ah, let me see. I finally found out, and it's going to be funny because I know I've known before, but the brain fog for real. SMLH. SMH. I've been trying to figure out forever. I keep forgetting to look it up. And I finally found out this morning when I was watching one of my Walmart Birkin videos. I watch everything. Seriously. Everest, uh, houses, abandoned buildings, fashion, which is hilarious. Shaking my head. I could not put that in my brain what SMH was. I don't know why. So now it's like, oh, it's like these things that are popping up in my head. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Like, what the hell? Oh, Steve Urkel became Stefan. Do you know, I actually probably I must have even watched that episode of, oh God, what was it? I want to say Full House, but it wasn't. um, Family Matters? Once in a great while, I'll watch an episode of something that everybody else watches. So let me think. So I've got to get glasses for Natalie. Um, I should get the next time I see him, because he wasn't at the thing last time. Next time I see him, I should get KA a cat to sit on her. Her uh, squirrel was Superman's pet. Ah, I missed the kill pun. You've seen KA. KA and I have a lot in common, and I think part of it is we miss jokes left and right, and we don't know why. I've actually laughed at something somebody said on a chat, and probably Adam, like hours later. So I knew you were Portuguese. I thought it was from your dad's side, but I may have been wrong. No, the sailor was my white stepfather, the one without a chin. Or no, he has a chin, but from my stepfather's side, he was the Coast Guard puppy. So it's like, oh no, but I think my uncle might have been in the Navy, but he was always the one who was trying to be prim and proper, even with six wives, one at a time. So I think so. Yeah, they all served. The biological dad didn't. He missed the Korea. So bagpipes for Papa Cat. Yep. God. Here. I didn't see him. I've been talking smack about you. Family matters, right? So yes, everybody give me a thumbs up if you can. In a weird way, I'm glad I'm not going viral. I don't know what I'd do with it. I've been watching those too. People who went viral and uh had to readjust life. So it's like, no, I'm sure I wouldn't have to readjust my life, but it would scare the hell out of me. Am I still in the cave with Aaron? No. Oh, yes. Uh, but it's not Aaron, it's the dinosaur formerly known as Aaron. So I'll probably have to give him another name. So, um, because even I got to the point where I need to take a break from him for a little while. I was seriously having a problem. I was thinking because such a big group, being in a club, blah, blah, blah. It was like there was a limit on your friends. And it's a really awful thing to say, but as long as they didn't hit the girl, you didn't have to take a side. But I saw Lindsay too, and it was just like you could see that she was being taken advantage for being the messed up one. Seen it way too many times. So after that one, it was just like, I need to take a break. I'm just a little fish over here. Nobody's going to notice if I do a damn thing. So welcome to my world. That's times when I'm like, yay, I'm a little bitty fish. Handcuffs, you don't have to take that from a cat. What? Oh, Fuzz is a poopy head. Why is Fuzz a poopy head? I'm glad I didn't get bagel dogs for dinner. Actually, I forgot completely about it. Pretty much no face. Yeah, sorry, you need to get some stuff together. Seriously. Uh, I felt like sending an email after Lindsay. I saw Lindsay's thing and just go, dude, shush, grow up, get some. I don't believe in counseling either, and that's because I slept with my first psychiatrist when I was 16. My second psychiatrist was, or counselor was family counseling. And after 6 weeks, and after 6 weeks of her and my husband ganging up on me for my 30th birthday, I said, I'm leaving you and I'm leaving you. And I walked out the door. So I'm not that, but I am into self realizations and self fixing. Or even nowadays, you could probably find someone you can talk to, get a hairdresser, something, manicurist. Um, so I do believe in that. So that was always the thing. It's like, no, I don't want him to, I don't think he should go to therapy, but it's like, I think he should try some self-wellness. Um, she turned her whole body upside down and was like showing me. I was going to show you guys, but then she stopped because she knew she didn't have my attention. So, what does your Norwegian forest cat do? Um, Flash some tummy because all I think of when I see her tummy is I can brush it. Yeah. They all feel really nice now that I'm paying a lot more attention to them. Brush them all the time. They're used to it. But then again, Abby has a double coat, so she needs the brushing. She feels weird if she's not brushed. See, yes, yes, I usually brush them. I have a different brush that'll make them stick out. And the next ones I'm getting at the end of the month, and they will be purple and glitter because it's my birthday. And I do purple for my birthday. So I think I've only gone one 6 week time in the past 15 years, 16 years, where I didn't have extensions. And they're metal, so they don't come out. We try different ones because of my hair, because of the indigenous native in me. I had extensions literally come out on me the next day, and I couldn't tell my hairdresser because she was off getting married. What? Blast Man Blasterson. The hair on your body is fake today? Rock on, dude. You do you. BF has taught me the art of G-rated insult starting with me. Please. And how did she be CBF? Everybody loves the cooties thing. But I've been doing cooties since I was little. The minute I could use cooties for Scientology was like, I can start using cooties again. It's just a great word to say. How's it working out for you so far, Adam? Ooh, it's like I'm stoic, but even I'm just like, go hide, go for a little while. 6 weeks, maybe, even 4 weeks, just off the face of the earth and go get some self wellness, get massage, get learn meditation. Let me see. Mystical Pendulum is a great prog rock band that never existed. That's funny. Oh, you definitely have to be in that era to understand that. Why? That's so funny. Okay. Ah, what? I don't want to know why you're a real swinger now. Is there a picture of you in a swing somewhere? All I know is that your alternate personality is soda. That's what I think of when I see the big cat in the box. Think of soda. So, Adam, the great Carmona is the great soda. Cooties, thank you. 120 minutes. Here we go. Yeah. Oh God, I did take an allergy pill. Oh, I can pull on this again. Get it adjusted. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm a cool cat. Yes, you are a cool cat. Oh, hilarious. No, Sean. Ah, that's good. So Monday here and Mondays from here was like I did before when I tried to get the BFF to come with me out on walks. Is that it's really quiet on Mondays around there, and I don't want to take a chance for some BS to happen and have nobody around me to back up. So it's like Mondays will be from here, and Thursday nights will be from here. Uh, I think every other time it should be from there unless it's really, really raining. Because I said before that the first day of the storm I wouldn't be there because the roads are slippery, but no, I've driven when it's just raining and they don't know how to drive. They really don't. Being locked up for a couple of years really messed with some people's heads. That and every kid on the planet now drives their sports car like it's on fire. Because I'd still got the freaking slobber spot. They race for pinks now. And I guess if you're racing for a pink, it doesn't matter if you crash or not. Don't know. Huge car culture up here in the Bay Area. I've even had some of them drive up to my next to my car, like, hey, hey, vroom, vroom. And I just want to go, I'm too old for that. So, because somebody would love to have my car, that's for sure. You want cookies? I want a Stella Doro cookie. Oh my God. They're not that good and love them. I haven't heard Stellar Doro in ages, and I'm still off. I'm never gonna fix this. Whatever. No, I tried Mother's Animal Cookies, the frosted ones, and was just like, and this was like 6 months ago, and was thinking that's the last thing I'm gonna eat for my childhood. It's like, what is up with children's like taste buds? It was very bland and weird. So I don't know if it's a sugar to high fructose corn syrup or yeah, I had more taste buds as a kid. I don't know. Racing for Pink sounds like Rebel Without a Cause, for God's sake. What is it? 1955 out there. Yes, yes. American Graffiti filmed in Marin. That's all I have to say. Lowrider culture. They think LA, think Hayward at the same time. If Dusty was here, he would back me up on this. So yeah, except it's like Supras and all of the little bitty Japanese cars now. It's Miatas. Is Miata still out or is it the Supra? Yeah, I'm keeping my car until it breaks, period, end of sentence, because with the world the way it is, I do not want to attract more attention to myself than I have. Uh, what's the matter with Dope? Why is he? They aren't the same anymore. They have a waxy texture now. Yes, that's how I knew what you were talking about. They have a waxy texture. It's really weird, isn't it? It's like, how many chemicals are in this? If I put a radio active meter above it, is it going to go off? Um, because I knew where they made them. Mother's Cookies used to be in Oakland. It's now a loft, and I think it's actually a purchase loft. That's what they did with some of the major companies. Clorox, Mother Cookies. We didn't do it with Bechtel because they moved into a real building. I'm still doing it. But I don't know where they went after that. I think they were bought by Sunshine. Sunshine used to be here in San Leandro, and then it left. Um, so yeah, because you could go to these places and get like um knockoffs, bad cookies, ends and pieces, and they loved like giving them to the kids because they didn't have to worry about getting rid of them. So it's like you could bike to Mother's Cookies and get some pieces. So I recently bought a package of Steakums, a childhood staple. They're disgusting. I bet. The only thing that's held up from childhood is gummy bears. And that's because we were eating them when they were coming from Germany. So it was to torture our Austrian German teacher. Don't ask, we were cruel. Um, maybe it was even before high school. So sometime in the early 80s, somebody started that trend around here. And it's like they come from everywhere. So 10 to 1, somebody's mom went to Germany, came back with gummy bears, and there goes the world. So here we have cow tipping here. We have cow tipping here. It's in Concord, over the hill, where the weirdos are. Um, I don't know anymore. I don't see cows anymore. You used to see a lot more cows like in pastures, but yeah, the developers are buying them all up and turning them into, carbon eating wastes of climate space. Uh, Let me see. Here we have cow tipping. No bot was a stun bot for Johnny 5 in the first short circuit. Stunned bot. Thank you. I'll do it all day now. Now my brain will make me drool out of the side of my mouth all day. It's not really even drooling. It's just sort of like bugging me. Um, oh my God. Orion is feeling so much better. I got used to him tranquilized everything and jumped all over the place. I mean, he's better than good, but oh my God, y'all. You're gonna take him to the vet. Did you call the vet first and have the vet just tell you, no, that's what he's gonna be now? Yes, you definitely get used to him being quiet. That's why I said we made such a big deal out of turning the girls from roommates to pets. Now they're starting to be pets. And I used to cheese Papa Cat because the supermodel would yell at him all the time. Well, like I said, she finally made the crossover yesterday. She was on the bed yelling for him. He walked away from the bed and then she turned around and started yelling at me after she had sat on my lap for like an hour and a half earlier in the evening. And it's like, so today she is following me around, yelling her head off, but at least she's not running away from me. I get her on the bed, I pet her, I brush her, I decat her, decat her. She loves to be decatted. I swear to God. There's probably at least one short of me decatting her. I know it's a whole big thing, but I don't know how to like get it on YouTube and get a lot of likes on it. So I have one in like I have one on every floor. I have two on the third floor, three, I think. I think Papa Cat has one. No, I'm not OCD. Ah. So, do you know what kind of car God drives? For he sent them forth in a fury. Oh my God. Hi, Clark. I wish my brain worked because I would remember that and say it all over the place and just have people go, we know, we know. Oh, okay, let's see. Yes, Kay, that is totally the best news is that the hot dog is running around being annoying. He's probably been the most annoying now than he's ever been because everything is fixed. Ah. Oh, I can say that Soylent Grievance people because I said everything I said is fiction. Oh, gummy cola is the best gummy. Gross. Gross. I can't even remember which is my favorite gummy. The lemon ones. Usually everything was lemon when I was a kid. So if there's a lemon one. But then again, when you're a kid, you just stuff them all in your mouth. I used to be occasionally mean. I'm the one who finished the lollipops. So when you got to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop, I actually got to, um, like I would get to the heart center and drive everybody crazy. So I did things like that. So knowing me, I put a gummy bear in my mouth one at a time. Now you know why I miss my four syllable life because thanks to talking about animal cracker or animal cookies, this stuff pops up. So it's like, hey, you guys are helping me with my brain fog. That and not taking my Xanax. Uh, they're probably not made the same way out of the same meat. Ah, yeah. They make things cheaper now, so things taste nasty. I'm sure Big Macs used to be better tasting. Now they're tiny and black. This is why I like filet of fishes. Can't screw up a filet of fish. McDonald's, that's what I want for dinner. Yeah. Weirdly enough, the only thing they changed in filet of fishes is the fish. It used to be shark, no lie, and now it's I think pollock or something else like that. But it's still flaky. But yeah, no. My favorite ultimate tummy ache. I'm gonna hate my life. McDonald's was Big Macs, and the last time I got one, it was really small. How could you be smaller than the bun? I mean, at least reach the bun, but it had like this much bun all the way around it. It was really strange. Uh, let's see. David Green is peephole. It's like having a wound up toddler made of blown glass. I'm sure Kay it is. If you at least we don't have to be looking at that miserable tatty blight of a building. Well, supposedly somebody else on another channel is announcing the end of the protest. And not like for real, that it's dying out. And I'm thinking, yeah, the book I was reading, that I should bring with me over here says statistically protests die out in a year. So this would be a year to die out. So I was also thinking about what do I do when this really does fall apart because I'm sorry, but one spit in the ocean is seriously not going to matter. So if nobody's going out anymore, and I mean countrywide or worldwide, not just LA. Oh, and Cheryl, come out. It's got nothing to do with you. F them, block them. Even if you want to block them, do what you want to do. Tell them to go F themselves and then block them. But this has nothing to do with you. This is a bunch of people who like tea. They just want to they want to live in Dallas or Falcon Crest or anything like that. This is 70s crap here. So don't listen to them. Come back on. Tell them to go F themselves. And you can even do your feeds without chats. You don't have to have a chat. So I want you to come back. So, gummy bears are from Germany. Ah, you emailed the vet waiting for them back. Okay. Uh, see, I've emailed the vet. Okay. Squeaky is my favorite robot. Don't know that. Don't do robots. Fuzzy. Which Tweaky? Oh, there are more than one Tweaky? Grah. Mel Blanc, of course. Oh, okay. Soda has arrived. Hi, Soda. How are you? Come here, Soda. Put your butt in your mom's face. Because, nothing beats you laying on the ground or having them somewhere in your face. They turn around and you're like, what did I do to deserve this? And they're like, don't you want to see where I've been? You're like, no, thank you, no. Ah, Mel Blanc's wife saw Young Blanc was a real writer. Winner. Winner. Oh my God. I can't even read that correctly. That's how bad that one is. Let's see. She was such oh God. I like red and green gummy worms. Yeah, gummy worms are the later ones. Our promoter, the head guy at Death Guild, likes gummies. So I don't know how that guy has not become a diabetic. And yes, ASL has gone past him. He was the one I was basing things on. Like, I don't think there's any reform unless he literally comes online and goes, it's all my fault, it's all my fault, and, throws himself on his own sword for a while. Um, let's see. My nose is getting exploded. You should find out what cat spit. Maybe I should find out too. I had a cat who used to look me all the time on my face. But I also this was before moisturizer. Now I'm afraid for them to lick my face as much as I'm afraid for them to eat chocolate. So, because God knows what chemicals are on my face. Um, I need a forest of palm trees to support my face palm. I always ask him a couple hours after I'm done, how did I do? So, and because I get his real first reaction, he's very much I'll know if he's just trying to be nice. So I'll ask when he gets home. Uh, one of my girls sent me a Power Sour Apple Jolly Ranchers. I love Jolly Ranchers for Christmas this year. And you know what sucks the most is in the heat when you're not paying attention and they're in the back seat and they all melt. Didn't happen to me. Happened to one of my manicurists. She actually brought them and put them in the candy jar. And we're like, get these out. Let's see. One of my girl, you went silent. I had to reset. I don't know. Like I pay attention. I was gonna say, oh, and this has been on the like face down the whole time. There are no notes today. I forgot to take notes. The protest movement regenerates every few years. Yes. This movement was it 2010, 2013, and then the big break until, or significant break until a year and a half ago, I think. So let me see. La 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 la. These sours that the kids have nowadays, proper sulfuric acid. Oh my, worse than sucking on a lemon. I actually like lemons. They're worse than lemons. I got a Fun Dip like 5 years ago and was so bummed out. Probably high fructose corn syrup. It was just like, yeah, because Fun Dip was the expensive candy that you get when you had just 5 more cents or more. Yeah, cents. Um, and you got Fun Dip and you just tortured people with it. When you get older, you wanted to share it. It's like, no wonder kids got each other's colds. uh, this is Eva. Falcon Crest, this is not landing. Yes, yes. We are definitely not the fancy hair version. We are the what Orange County version. It's a true Northern California talking about LA. Oh, I want to live in the Big Valley. Oh my God. I want to live in the Big Valley. I've never liked that show. Everybody likes that show. Even the reruns. My dad was talking about the reruns, and I'm like, oh, I don't like gummy anything either. Dove, the first and only time I had them, my entire family was watching my brother's knee surgery on VHS. I know. Okay. There's a story of my mom with the pins. She had see now I can show you. She had her surgery done on what we all have in the family, degenerative wrist joints. She had the joint taken out. She had pin put in. Well, the pin had to show for like 4 weeks or something because there's a certain thing it had to do that it couldn't be messed with. So I'm meeting her for lunch, sitting on the grass, like down the street from the library with my boyfriend, and we're having sandwiches that we brought in. I'm like, "Oh, mom, let me see, let me see." And so she unwraps it. I think that boyfriend probably could never eat whatever he ate on that day ever again. He almost went green. He didn't get sick, but just oh bizarre. It was so weird watching somebody turn another color while her and I are sitting there talking about. I looked over and I'm like, put the bandage back on. So I don't have a queasy stomach. So let's see. I only like gummy bears I get while when visiting Colorado. Right, Dee. I only like the Harborough gummy bears in the package. And if you go where like kids hang out and eat them, you'll get fresh ones. It's where if you go out of the way and don't go to a convenience store that kids don't go to, then you get crap candy. I learned that one. Let me see. Cinnamon bears for the win. Ah, they don't suck. I'll say that much for them. I did not realize that you lived in a time before moisture. Of course you would catch that, cricket. No, I meant when my skin didn't need it. Hell, as it is, I only have face powder on and I don't have a filter. Everybody complained all the time. That I didn't, well, as I got older, that I didn't look my age. When I was younger, that I didn't break out. And then I'd get the one people pimple and go, see, see, and, and they'd go, no. The only thing that was the sucky part was the rosacea. But when blush is in, once blush is still in, if you look at everybody, you can see all of the like shading here and blush here and the shading here, which I participate in, and shading here. It's hilarious. Everybody's like a makeup artist now. So let me see, where am I? Oh yeah, remember I was young enough, and you'll know this. I was young enough before Olay changed their formula. Oh, God, not Slanty. Oh my God, Fuzz. Always bring a bottle or two back. It's not legal in my state yet. A bottle of gummy bears? What happened last year, girl? I'm not taking any chances. That's what happened last year. Yep, yep. Jolly Ranchers. I didn't know they could melt like that. And seriously, I didn't know until I went to grab one because they sort of looked okay. And then I was just like, what the hell? And she's the one, oh, they were in the back seat. Go throw these away. And it's like, they were expensive because they're Jolly Ranchers. Jolly Ranchers are slightly expensive because they're, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like, probably because adults buy them. Um, let's bring a bottle or two back. What's happened last year? For the record, Jelly Ranchers are really good on ham. For the record, sour apple now and laters are good in pickles. So it doesn't sound weird to me. Then again, I ate as a kid uh, peanut butter and jelly with pickles, still sliced, on wheat bread. So The only thing that hasn't been good lately is I tried the ranch and pickle um Pringles bites. They're really weird. They were gross. And usually I like anything dill pickle flavor. So don't try those. They're gross. We might have been a beta market too because they're gone. Chicken pox parties before my time. Or actually probably because of the we had by the time I was a kid, oh hell no, we were not going to get somebody sick. I didn't get chicken pox till I was 23 and I got it between houses. So I literally spent the 2 weeks on a friend's floor because they had both had chicken pox before. So it was hilarious. I didn't even break out too bad, not even with chicken pox. But I did look out the first one. That was the funny one. It's like, oh my God, I have a zit. And I was just like, that's like flesh. I had a scar here and it still feels weird forever, but I don't scar. My scars heal. It's really weird. So I had talked before about my scars because I had these screws in for allergy testing back in the old days. They had these screws thing that went in for 3 or 4 layers. And I had those scars forever because it was like four, five, six, eight. It was eight. And I was, as I got older, I'm like, oh my God, I can put tattoos and make them look like, lace ups. And one day I noticed, probably when I was 20, that they were gone. And I'm like, that sucks. So I've always healed from scarring. Okay, I'm all the way back up here. Protesting Scientology has been going on since the 50s. I'm sure it has. The real goal is prevent them from expanding, you know, unopposed. Yes. It's near impossible to fully get rid of organizations once they exist. Yes. But you never know what'll happen. I'm still freaking drooling. This is annoying. Uh, Ever tried popping? Yes, Pop Rocks. How the kids do it, instant fuzzy brain. If fancy brain bone effect, I never know if I should call 911 or just write it out. It's not mushrooms, dear, it's Pop Rocks. And of course, you always heard the thing, don't pour your Pop Rocks into a Coke because it'll explode. And then the person, the funny people did it and it went bonkers. It's like, thank God I didn't do that in my mouth. I loved Pop Rocks. I used to just run around with my mouth open chasing people. But so did a bunch of kids. Third grade must have been hilarious because there were tons of kids running around with their mouths wide open chasing people. Ah, what flavor Jolly Ranchers? Everything but strawberry. Ooh, isn't there a pineapple one out? I don't like the pineapple. Lemon is okay. Favorite one, sour apple. Uh, Heaven forbid, I don't really care for chicken. Children. Fun is just swell enough. I should just read the chats because they're going to be funny when I read. Children, of course, I'm sure all of yours are divine. Carrie, I use the apple ones, but I think the cherry or watermelon would be great. Watermelon, forgot. Favorite watermelon, period. Jolly Ranchers. You can give me a whole bag of watermelon, and I'd be a happy girl. And especially with the Wegovy, I have Werther's downstairs, the hard candies, and I can have one now for dessert. It rocks. Jolly Ranchers were the cheap candy when I was a kid. Yeah. Well, now and laters were 10 cents. Jolly Ranchers were a penny, probably. Yeah, no, they got smart. They grew them up with us. Um, I hated when Oil of Olay changed its formula. It tastes. Don't eat it. They lost a ton of people when they changed their formula because before always said somebody sold their soul for this. So whoever sold their soul for it must have died and nobody else wanted to sell their soul for it. So it changed its formula. You got more information than I did, Fuzzy. My parents told us nothing. Zip zero. About what? New sub here. How are you doing? Hi. G Crew. Are your Motley's sister? Welcome. And your parents were people of science, a nurse, and an engineer. Oh my God. I'm surprised you're not more spicy than you are. God knows what if they had good senses of humor, you know way too many things. Fuzz. I would still eat Pringles, but I can't afford the physical therapy on my hand. My Rogovy pens, they need to be in a sealed canister. I could get Pringles and use them. Yeah, because they probably could stack up. Adam did it again. Da 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 da. Thankfully, my parents were people of science and nurse and engineer. Welcome. Still eat Pringles. Welcome. Uh, I'm so sorry. My parents enrolled me in the Unitarian Church. Sex ed. Oh my God. It was comprehensive in middle school. I'm big on sex ed. It's so important. Yes, I'm with you on that. But Unitarian Church had to be pretty eye-opening. It's like the facts are pretty scary when it comes up to sex ed. When we did it, sixth grade, divide the kids, boys and girls, and I swear to God, occasionally something would be said because it was like 3 days or something. In the afternoon, you just sort of like wiggle by accident. I think it was the period things. Um, yes, thank you for joining Chic Crew. Um, yeah, so I definitely believe in sex ed. What kids know before they can procreate will keep kids away from touching. Hell, you can just talk about being a um, never touched and the horror stories we used to hear. It's like, huh, okay. Uh, la 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 la. Bazooka. Joes were great for sticking to the radiator at school on cold winter days. Oh my God. Though soon learned yield ice cube removal trick. We don't have radiators on the West Coast. We had forced heat. So never thought of that one. And you just made me remember Cracker Jacks with the temporary tattoos. Good times. I opened a bag of Lay's potato chips and ate wires. Oh my God, Sean, that's hilarious. I probably, see, it reminds me, I probably ran around the house going, I just ate one. That's why Harold and Maude, when I was 13, my mom, it didn't even faze my mother. Just like, whatever. Just don't leave, don't leave food coloring, don't stain your clothes. That was the thing. So, because they always ask me what was I watching. I'm sure my mom just would go and watch the same movie to know what was coming. Urban legend that Mikey from the live cereal commercials died from Coke and Pop Rockets. Rocks. Yes, we heard that one too. It's amazing what makes it across the country. It's like, especially when it's a bunch of like, was it 8 to 12-year-olds talking about it? We did get a transplant from Atlanta when I was in junior high school. Um, she got rid of her accent really fast. It was amazing. First day of school, eighth grade, she had a heavy accent. Within 2 months, it was gone. I don't remember making fun of her, so it was bizarre. If you eat too many atomic warheads, you get sores in your mouth. Basically, you throw out the blue ones, you eat the whole atomic warheads. Thought you were talking about real ones. I don't remember what those are. I opened a bag of Sun Chips once, and my hearing has never reached. You think you mean bugles? Right. Ooh, and bugles aren't my favorite, or were my favorite. Now they're sort of greasy. Um, I wanted to like them. I liked them for a long time. Then I took like a couple of years, 3 years off of them, and then picked up the bag, and it was like, oh my God, I have to put these on a paper towel for an hour before I can eat them. They were weird. We had candy cigarettes and big leaf chew. Yes, gum that was like tobacco dip. Yeah. What were they thinking? I don't know, but we always had cigarettes. Those were expensive too. And we had them, and our parents thought it was neat, and our parents bought them for us. And then again, my parents bought cigarettes by the carton. So the old house definitely had a nicotine tinge to it when you took off pictures that had been there for a long time. So, yeah, what were they thinking? Well, Nerf guns. What was that? What were we thinking with Nerf guns? Teach someone how to, in the squirt ones, No, this isn't a pew pew, really. I like the green and the watermelon jelly ranchers best. Yes. I think there's probably a group who likes the sour apple and watermelon the best. That's me too. I want Pringles now. Mondays I'm not at the org, so and everything is off the cuff. I barely make notes, so it's all just what we start talking about. And most of these people have been here for a while, so it's like sometimes we've talked about structural engineering, and that's been at the org. But today it seems to be candy and potato chips. So welcome. Devolves to food. Does it always devolve to food? Probably, well, I would think especially now because before the Wegovy, I had, the food problem, so I didn't talk about food. Now that I'm not eating food legitimately, I'm like, now we can talk about it because that's not going to make me want anything. And I remember that fuzzy, that Life cereal commercial ran for years and years, totally different from any other ad I can remember. It did run for years and years, didn't it? Nobody ever thought about him getting older. I think he was still alive when the rumors were going around. I don't know if he's still alive now because he'd be our age. So, I only got Bazooka Joe's for the comics. Yes, narrative perfection, the comics. Yeah, because I didn't like um, what do we call it? Double Bubble? Is that what it was called here? But yeah, it was Bazooka. I didn't like it, but I wanted the cartoons. Oh, I just saw an old video on YT of Walker on an old 1980s game show called I'm Telling. I'm Telling? I've never heard of that one before. That sounds cool. Welcome to the crowd, Chick. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to start. See, I'm giving them a nickname. You're gonna have to start calling you a sister. Um, and if it's not your gender, I'm sorry, but Sancheps were sued because their bags were too loud. Really? I don't remember that. Well, if you hit any bag from side to side, it's gonna make a noise. I still like Munchos. Oh, those were gross. Those were so gross. Cricket. Oh my God, Munchos were disgusting. One of my babysitters only ate those, and I would give in, eat one, and then be it for like a month. Like, because, it's like, do you want some? And I'm like, yeah, grab one and go, no. I think it's where I learned to take one chip at a time because if I took more than one, I had to eat them. Ugh. I used to eat replica candy cigarettes made out of tobacco. I'm sure we did it. Especially cloves. Goths and cloves go together. Clove cigarettes. I'm sure all of us at one time would play that were, smoking the grown-up candy cigarettes. So, a friend of mine still smokes cloves, and I'm like, can I hang around you when you do it? I miss the smell. I called the number on the back of a Bugles bag to ask them how they were made. They sent me this whole propaganda package on Betty Crocker that I used to nail a final exam speech in history class. Wow. They still do that. They're called influencers now, so unfortunately. And have you heard about the Shine ones, whatever it's called? I never did them. I never did Timo. I never did Alibaba. And it's like now all these stories and things are coming out about them, and it's like I'm surprised. I like all the Starburst, but the pink ones, y'all can have the pink. Oh, thank you, Kay. I'll take the pink ones. No, I won't, actually. What are the pink ones? They're strawberry, aren't they? The one thing I hated about growing up or being a kid was everything started to turn blue. Blueberry, uh, blue punch. I can't remember. Blue strawberry. Um, were blueberries expensive? Because nothing was flavored blueberry. It was just blue. Gross. Let's see. You've just subscribed here. Thank you. Thank you, Dove. Oh my God, you're so gross. You love the banana flavored Laffy Taffy. Ah, blah. Ooh. I can taste it too in my mouth. Oh my God. It was the gotcha taffy. Somebody always likes it, and they always know you're not going to like it, so you want to take a bite, go ahead. And then they get to sit and laugh at you. Oh, oh, DOA is a cage. Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I thought it was Dove. Cool. So you're going to be DOS. I don't know. Uh, oh God, Carrie Ann, of course you'd like banana Laffy Taffy. It's so gross. Even my mom liked it, and she didn't like candy. Ugh. It was a glow in the dark watch rave that was freaky. Now we all know so much about radiation poisoning. Yep, I had a Timex glow in the dark. Yep, and I think my grandmother had one of my uncle's military watches that glowed in the dark, but she didn't like it. She was just like, I don't like this watch. Double Bubble and Bazooka was the bubble gum no one wanted, but you wanted the comics. So yeah, it's the only candy you'd find in a whole piece on the floor. Ah, let me see, where am I? It was so random. Shannon Doherty was on there too. Oh, I'm telling. Okay. I need to look that up. Remember Fruit Stripes? Yeah. No, it didn't. They still had it. I haven't been to a corner store. That's what we call them on this coast. I haven't been into a corner store. But they popped up sometime past 10 years. That's the only way I can put it. And it wasn't anything like it used to be. I love fruit stripe gum. It was so weird. I'm still chewing my Charleston Joy. Yeah. Well, Jawbreakers had a Jawbreaker because they're always huge. And I got really good at putting it on wax paper when I was done with it. And then, probably your parents did it on purpose. It's sort of like the dog going to the farm, was that eventually it get knocked off the counter. Uh, Usually when you stop like working on it. So I never got to the center of a jawbreaker that wasn't a hammer. And it wasn't even mine, it was a friend's. Wasn't my jawbreaker. Okay, let's see. I remember the one when Bazooka Joe joined the French Foreign Legion, had a mental breakdown, then abandoned his post. You know what? Back then, it probably really would have been a cartoon. This is from the land of mice carrying Nixon in Mad Magazine. So, um, Bonkers candies were great. Don't remember those. I've never had one no face, and I still have no idea what they are. Okay. Big League Chew. I don't remember it as a kid. It may not have been out here. So, Charleston does. Oh God, yes, I know. That's gross too. I can't do Charleston chew covered in chocolate is just so weird. That's like putting peanuts in mounds. Fuzzy, you had to take a whole bag of fruit stripes and melt them in water in the microwave to make Kool-Aid? No, that's a lie. Okay, Carrie Ann, that doesn't sound good. No, it wasn't. Yeah. Ugh. Uh, there was a whole clear crystal phase too. Yeah, and that was already when I was in high school. I thought it was really weird. The only thing that should have been clear was rock candy that you get from Santa Cruz. Um, Let's see, so much sugar. It's a shame that kids don't learn of the dangers. I barely remember runs. I actually wasn't allowed sugar as a kid because I was hyperactive. All the things I'm talking about were very far between each other. Or if somebody gave me candy because, let's go mess with the kid and give her candy and send her home. My father did that a lot. Bit of honey, weird tasting as I was a kid. If I remember right, it got better as I got older. Um, Runs, yeah. Crystal Pepsi was disgusting. Crystal Pepsi looked disgusting. Red Hots, yep, Red Hots. That's definitely one of the base. Bazooka, Red Hots, Lemon Heads, Charleston Chews, Three Musketeers, Mounds, because they didn't have nuts. Um, I can't remember what else. Apparently, everyone didn't like the banana like baked taffy. No, we don't. Skittles, yes, but they've managed to last, what, 30, 40 years now? Skittles have been around forever. They came out, I think, in my junior high, so that'd be like 80, 81. I'm good with random facts, glad to share. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know too much, just enough. I love that a honey as long as they're fresh and not hard as a rock. That's why you go to the kids stores for Now and Laters and Jolly Ranchers and things like that because yeah, you can tell when they've been aged. Um, I could probably go to the corner stores near the high schools and find fresh candy. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, chic. We are all good with random facts. And Adam is the great Carmona. He is usually just a floating head. Let's see, typing on my new laptop. Ooh, congratulations, Cricket. Yay, rock on. Is it an Apple or a Windows? Sorry. Even though what you do should probably be an Apple, but even though they said that Windows were catching up. Shush, nobody. Let's see, where am I now? The nose. Sean Astin from the Goonies was on there too, same show. Wow. Nobody's ever going to find out. Join us and call your corner store bodegas. It's weird. I tried it once. It's just, I think it just sounds weird. No, they're corner stores. Um, Pepsi. Yeah, and when they used to talk about bodegas when I was a kid, it was like, are they hanging out? Is all of New York Mexican? Because you'd hear that from like older people, older Mexican people. It's like they must have great pink cookies there. That was my Mexican bakery one, is pink cookies. Crystal Pepsi was a failed burlesque dancer from the 19. That's good. That's good, no face. Remember fizzies? Yeah. Thank God I was too old to use them, or when they came on this side of the world. So Skittles are particularly dangerous, something to do with the coloring only permitted in USA, banned throughout the real rest of the world. That's interesting. But then again, Contrail Girl thinks that microwaves probably cause breast cancer because they are always here and people always watch in front of them. I never was one of those people. Um, there used to be a great gum. What? Oh, called Bub's Daddy in the 70s. Don't remember that one. And Adam's Sour Gums. I think about them the same way I thought about him as a kid. What a weird name. They finally diagnosed with ADHD at age of 40. I'm 43 now. I was hyperactive. They put me on Ritalin once. It made me a complete zombie, and my mom flushed him down the toilet. So we all have problems here. Oh, let's see. Yes, they must be fresh. Yes, peanut brittle, real peanut brittle. And it makes me wonder why Natalie was so bothered by the Santa Cruz boardwalk collapsing or the pier. I was thinking she probably got saltwater taffy, rock candy, and peanut brittle from there. So because you could get it from there and it would be fresh. Um, Crystal Pepsi, there was such a demand for that. Yeah, there used to be a great gum. Okay, ADHD, M&Ms for life. You get tired of them after a while. Blackjack licorice gum. Never liked black licorice. It's gross. I don't understand what you guys are thinking. I was a red licorice people person, and then you get the black licorice people saying that it's not real licorice because it's red licorice, and it's like, no, thank you. It's sort of like the violet candies. Someone will remember the violet candies. I'm sure it was probably a countrywide thing because I think violet flavoring is from like Victorian times. Those were disgusting. Anything clove, anything Beeman's, I'm in it. I couldn't do the clove candies, just the clove cigarettes. So, Payday is the best chocolate bar. Ah, okay, that's your opinion. Mine was Three Musketeers. Uh, let's see. Beeman's clove gum. No, I tried that once. It was a little gross. Anything clove, anything Beeman's. I'm eating M&Ms now. The store had the mint ones on clearance, so I bought a bag to try. I like my mint as peppermint in a candy cane or something like that. I can't think of something like peppermint M&Ms. Now you know why they were on clearance. He what? You have to explain that one, Cricket. It's on YouTube. Of course it'd be on YouTube. So yeah, I want to look it up afterwards and just like go like this from the 80s. Yes, the 80s were so strange. I had electric blue thick ankle zip up from the back stilettos, and on the collar was silver like filigree and punch. It the 80s. Mary Jane Squirrel Nuts Olive Penny in 1969. Ah. But I thought you weren't older, much older than me and Papa Cat Cricket. Because you said, Reagan, what's your first so that'd be your 5 years older than me. So where are any of us? Oh, we are in San Francisco. Well, right now we're in Alameda, but we're from the San Francisco org. So, Bodega is more Puerto Rican, Dominican. That would explain it. We don't have a very big Puerto Rican. We didn't have a Dominican at all. We had more of Southeast Asia. We had Tonga, Samoan, Filipino. Um, those were the big three, I think. So maybe that's why there is no bodega going around. Maybe the person I heard it from was from the East Coast. When I discovered that they were permit upload 6 insect eggs in a bar. Oh God, yeah, I remember that. It could be when I stopped doing it too, with the squirrel eggs or the spider eggs. We didn't say insect, we said spider eggs. We gave them spiders. So squirrels before girls. You should hear what's in a hot dog. Oh my God, yes. I don't care. I guess what the joke was they're boiled anyhow. I don't care if they have fingers, knuckles was a big one. What's in hot dogs? That and the guy at the hot dog place was in hot dogs. And they wouldn't tell us. Um, and we do unite. Yes, running for the hills. I used to make my spliffs with some bud and some clove cigarettes. Oh my God. Totally masked the pot smell. Don't tell everybody that, but that's brilliant. Necco wafers, no matter what age, they're still gross. Smarties were cool because you always got Smarties on Halloween. But Necco wafers, oh, look really cool. It was, I think when I told myself that no matter how cool a candy looks, it may not taste good. So, because when you're a kid, even eating Necco wafers would be cool. Uh, I love Smarties. Love Smarties. Uh, typing. Tea gum, it's very good, and I was born in 63. Okay, so yeah, you're 4 years older than me. So that's what I thought. I was thinking I could have voted in the second Reagan, and I didn't. I love collecting the letters on the Smarty tube lids. I thought the Smarties were the ones with that were the ones you always get at Halloween that on in cellophane. Popsicle jokes or something, LOL. Cricket, yeah, that 4 year older than you that you are than me seems to be no big generationally. It's very interesting. Yeah, because technically he's a boomer, like Papa Cat. Papa Cat's a boomer too. So, um, but they're at that edge where they can be boomer or Gen Xer. And I've seen the ones because my cousin's a 64, like Papa Cat, and it's like, no, she's a Gen Xer, not a boomer. She acts like a boomer, but let's see. I saw so that second time was your fault. Well, second time what? Cricket year, the 4 year, yeah, the 4 years older. My father found a friend and I pretending to use the Necco wafers as holy wafers. We didn't get in trouble, but yes, yeah, we can do it. That's why I know why they taste awful. Oh my God. We got caught some way. I know we did because it's definitely Catholic, that part of Oakland. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh, cricket, that's perfect. I gotta remember to keep my shoulders down. Otherwise, my neck gets hurt. 63 was, yes, definitely a crazy year. 6 weeks later, the Beatles, right? The Beatles. I sound AI. That's how you know it's an AI voice doing the narrating because they would have pronounced it the Beatles. Oh, oh my God. That's one of those things that'll come out of my mouth later while Papa Cat is like puttering around me. It's like, we asked him for wafers too. Yeah. 'Cause we knew we weren't allowed to have them until we went to confession. And he'll go, what? You weren't allowed to take the host until you went through not confession, but first communion. So, and then it was I waited for all of this. Ugh. Oh, I made necro wafers from scratch? Of course you have, Carrie Ann. It's funny you can make cool flavors and colors. Should I just send you the Betty Crocker cookie book I have? The one I have from my mom. It's really cool, and I even considered selling it because I'm never gonna make those cookies. I think she made every single one in a certain section. It's like, I should just send it to you. Since you're going to send me fudge, I should send you the Betty Crocker cookie book. So then I could tease my cousin later and tell her that I sent it to somebody. She'll ask me, do you have that? I don't think she bakes. I think it's just one of those things. Let's see, where am I now? I remember bits and pieces of 1968, which was a much worse year. Yes. Yeah, on the whole scheme of things, 68 was a really sucky year. I am Gen X before I rejected Gen Y and refused to be a millennial. You're that young, babe? Welcome to old Tifa. I remember Manson, that was a big deal. I don't remember Manson, but I remember the Zodiac Killer. So when I found out how far back it was like, holy crap, I wasn't even old enough to remember anything then. You can identify however you wish here. Yes, or anything you want to be. Eh, You do you, boo. I freaking hate that phrase, but it fits. So, let me see. I gotta go back again. I Smarties did not work for me. I still became You waited for that one, Bob, didn't you? That one was good. Oh my God. We have a hologram morphed into a cat in this chat. Yes, we do. Uh, the great Adam Carmona, who I call Brain. I'm Pinky to his brain. I've been Pinky to a lot of people's brain. Um, I'm was it Shirley to Carrie Ann's Laverne, and I'm Lucy to Carrie Ann's Ethel. So I'm really good at being the fluff ball. Um, let me see. What is up with the scary gray squirrel in the Yeah, you're new here. I'm a goth girl. You can't tell from the black. I know I have on my Hello Kitty. But I am officially a goth girl because my husband is a goth DJ. One of the gothic uh, uh, get-togethers markets one year, or he comes around. This is a guy who makes beautiful toys and makes them scary. It's real dental, like uh, plastic he uses. So I got Natalie a couple of years ago, and then I got Carrie Ann. No, I got Carrie Ann first. I got Carrie Ann 3 years ago, and I got Natalie too. No, that's not right because I got Natalie after she was Natalie. So it must have been a year ago, and I got Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann didn't really have a name before, and now it totally fits. So, yes, they're both beautiful animals until you piss them off. So that's with the scary squirrel in the corner. A reason to play with my animals. Um, where am I now? Oh, Bob had left. Okay. That's the question. Now look at the door. Sheshke. And she's even my moderator. Even my moderator's big on me. Oh. Papa Cat is the husband. Uh, Natalie, she'll explain. Yes, Cricket's officially the old queen because I grew up in Bay Area during the 70s and 80s and spent a lot of time in San Francisco, and Cricket is my age. So that's a complete another different cultural patois. Oh, thank you for saying hi. If you need someone to send the Betty Crocker cookbook from your mom, I'd be honored. Oh God, yes, I'd actually, when you keep, every time you talk about baking something, I think about it. Yes, it's my mom's Betty Crocker cookie book. I would assume from the 60s. I don't see any of them out anymore. And I actually haven't even seen them on eBay. So I have a feeling that whoever gets their mom's Betty Crocker cookie book has been keeping it. So yes, I will send it to you then. I will feel better about it. That and I can start bugging you about the pinwheels. Join Alliance for Mature Cult Protest. Yes, it's a Facebook. I'm trying to get better at going back on Facebook because I stopped. But yes, we've all realized, and we accept the younger ones too, is that we have a different idea about protesting, which is we don't take the gossip and run, basically. We act our age. So you're more than welcome to join. It'll be under your real name, which it's a private group. So I still have to ask the mods. There are like 3 people I need to approve. And you can just put in your thing that this is who you are online. So it's a very quiet group, and I am the moderator, and I have no problem getting rid of someone who does not meld. So basically, we're not a bunch of, spoiled brats. We know what we're doing as much as we can, and we would not have a problem with having youngins in. I've always been invaded by youngins in my world. My goth world, I had we had an 18-year-old club. And when the 16-year-olds turned to 18, they told us, and I think one of the 18-year-olds got banned for 6 months for it. So they are still children and they're in their 40s. So you don't get holograms. Oh my God. Don't worry. It's a thing. Oh. Respect, yes, we're very much into respect. Um, because if Becky comes on, it was part of our culture growing up. Mexican world, Latinx world, I don't know what it's called, but you're very much taught your manners, period, end of sentence. So half of my family was Mexican. My dad was born on a reservation. His mother died during childbirth. He was adopted by another family member. She was married to my Uncle Jesse, who was Mexican. So I grew up, half of my family was Mexican, half of my family is white, and the other half of my family is Spanish brats. So, I have a stepdad. Okay, let's see. So when you and Carrie do your Lucy and Laverne, who's the straight man? You mean Laverne and Shirley? I'm Shirley. She's the straight man. Laverne was always the straight man. That's the thing. That's why it was like, I'm gonna do Lucy and Ethel because Laverne, I had L's when I was growing up because of Laverne and Shirley. And it was like, okay, I admit I'm Laverne or I'm Shirley. I'm not as, down to earth as Laverne is. So it's like, that's why I'm going to do Lucy and Ethel. Ethel was the down to earth smart one. You could tell Ethel just sat there half the time going, right, Lucy, right. And Lucy was the one stuffing chocolates in her top. So you chose your mods, choose you. No, I think Fuzz was my first. If I remember right, Carrie Ann and Cricket, they were chosen by Fuzz. Or Fuzz chose Carrie Ann and Carrie Ann chose Cricket. So, because I have a level of trust that I don't have, and Papa Cat is my husband. So, um, it's when I started getting more people, I needed more mods. So, and Fuzz is the ultimate mod, and everybody will admit that. So, that's why we have it that way. Nothing like peddling a garland of garlic. True, if you don't know, goths are always accused of being vampires. And I've only smuggled one bottle of holy water out, and I think I was 16 when I did that. But then again, the church, the brand new, it's horrible, but that's what we call it, the Church of the Vagina in Oakland. Look it up. The new church. I don't know who designed it, but it's glass and oh my God, it looks. First time I saw it, I started laughing so hard. They have a pool. That's like a 10-foot wide pool of holy water when you come in because Catholics have to do the dip and the cross thing. That is crazy. I'm used to coming into churches where it was just right in the door and it was maybe this big, like a holy water fountain, pond, whatever. It's weird. Uh, I went to church when Notre Dame burned down. I'm a lapsed Catholic, but actually I'm more of an atheist. But for some reason, my Catholic got onto me, and I went to church, and they have to let you in. If the doors are open, you get to walk in. And I saw this holy water, and I was like, no, I didn't do the dousing, but I was just like, wow, that was some evangelical super church thing going on. Uh, Ah, I pulled her in. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I pulled her in. It's the giggle. Unfortunately, they all love the giggle. Papa Cat was a straight man last week. Papa Cat is an engineer and a huge nerd. So, and I would say that Nebulous is probably in tech. Adam's probably in tech. Uh, Sean or No Face is probably in tech sideways, but have something to do with tech because they have their dad joke like repertoire, and the only ones who are doing dad jokes would be tech guys. We need a cooking show. Oh no. Papa Cat cooks in this house, not me. Uh, I Jones. That old queen's been around forever, so don't even let him. We have bacon baking hour on Saturdays. Yes, they have bacon baking hour. And she hasn't been doing any cooking because there's been no reason to. When she gets the cookie book, she can make my pinwheels. My mom used to make all the cookies year round before she started working. She started working when I was 4, I think. And then she still did it the next year, at least a year or two after that for Christmas. So I'm it might have notes, it might have like uh markers and things like that. I'm gonna send it as is. And if you find a recipe that's handwritten, just make a copy of it and send it to me. My white dad made the greatest tamales, or not tamales, enchiladas on the planet. Even my cousins liked them. And he told me it was from a cookbook. And I thought he meant, or it's in a cookbook. Because I was like, give me the damn recipe. And so for years, I thought he meant it was inserted in a cookbook. And he meant, no, it's from a cookbook. And he couldn't remember. So, uh, okay, cool. Okay, crew. I will adjust. Thank you. Since I live in the city or I live in the Bay Area, I know I have a few people. We're brats, not just spoiled. Yes, we are brats. That's the problem. I was in English till I was 14. So we are definitely a bunch of brats. Um, yes, Carrie Ann, thank you, Fuzz, for putting down the link. You can go look at Carrie Ann. Unfortunately, there was crap last week, so spdv.space is not really a good place to go find a ton of things anymore. You'll find some stuff there. Um, Yours and Papa's gift was put towards a crash tested car harness for Orion. Wow, cool. Awesome. I gave my mods Christmas presents because everybody needs to appreciate their mods at least once a year. My mods, my uh, nail people, just not my chiropractor because she is like a little sister to me. So she was my friend first before she started rattling my bones. She did my hip today. Oh my God, it hurts. It'll be fine tomorrow. Chiropractors rock, but it does take a year, at least a year before I felt normal, because they can't just pop you into joint the right way. Today was my hip popped like a knuckle. So we're working on that. Um, and that's the same like with the nerve damage. So that'll take a while, but oh my God. It's like I'm walking around today going, ow, it'll feel better. Ah, you're fitting in nicely. Yes, you are, crew. You're fitting in nicely. Portuguese too. Oh my God. I never thought maybe that's where I got it. Because supposedly my grandmother was married the bad boy. So her father was a successful rancher and she married the bad boy and basically had to learn how to live life. So she wound up being Rosie the Riveter, and my grandmother or my grandfather left her in a lurch. So typical romance novel stuff there. So I thought it on my mother's side, it was because of my grandmother. Uh, let's see. So it's a Portuguese thing too. Okay. Uh, my algorithm worked and I can't spell it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Carrie Ann, for buying something that was good for you and wouldn't disappear in a second. Giving money to kids was annoying as I grew up because they'd buy candy. But I made them I would make them have it because my mom always kept my gift money and I didn't have an allowance. I actually just would request and get things. So I could get $1, but I couldn't get like $20. So am I? How long have I been on? Oh my God. Thank you, Kay, for telling me. Wow. It's really easy to talk like this, even though it takes me mentally like forever to sit down and talk like this. Um, almost. I bet you it is the weirdest channel to stumble on, crew. People from certain areas don't like me being nice. That's what I am. And you put a dime in the collection basket with your mouth? Wow. Considering where you came from, I'm surprised you can get smacked upside the head front at there. Oof. Stuff like that would think we're going straight to hell. We knew better. I once went to a party with this scavenger hunt with necklace on the list. The party goers were mortified I had taken rosary beads for a church. Dear. Oh my God. See, the Catholic in me is like, oh my God. Yes, I am usually at the Church of Scientology in San Francisco protesting. With all the stuff that's been going on lately, I don't want to be there when these stores around are closed and people don't do anything in the city because it's near the financial district and they're just starting to make people work 5 days a week here. So Mondays are spent here. Um, and if it rains, because nobody knows how to drive, because I am across a river, was across the bridge and under across the river and under a bridge from Alameda to San Francisco. So, weird brat channel. She can say that. Then I refused to be confirmed big trouble. Then a year later, my folks left the church. Yeah, see, you proved them right or proved them wrong. I know. My stepdad was not religious. My hippie father didn't do religion. His family was Seventh-day Adventist. And they didn't push that. I didn't even know they were until later. And my dad was agnostic. They didn't really do church. So when I decided to not be Catholic anymore, my dad laughed. Just sort of like all the money that it cost for you to get there, dresses and presents and parties and stuff like that. And then I turn around and leave. Um, you never came out before. Oh, you should. Um, Either way, it's fun because I grew up here. I'm not sure which way you mean, but if it's protest, great. If it's the other one, congratulations. I was an altar boy once. I always popped 3 wafers for the chew on. Not sure if I'm forgiven. If so, promise not to return to Nelly. God, I hope that's a joke. You can hunt me. You can haunt me. Yeah. Can you post me a link to your email? I have no idea I want to ask. It should be in my description. My email should be mamacat1@gmail.com because I Club Brain Fog has Scientology on it, but it's not necessarily for Scientology altogether because I do really have diagnosed brain fog. The Mama Cat is if you'll see someone named Christy, she'll show up. She was one of the ones who started with the Mama Cat thing, God, 15 years ago, I think, 10 years ago. So I have a problem with being a Mama Cat. That's why I talked about ASL today. Um, it's hard to be honest. Yes. And that's sincerely how your friends, that's how you find out real friends is your honesty. And that's why when everything started going down the first time, I was like, there's nothing for you guys to learn. Sorry. So I could be fair gamed. Uh oh, thanks, Fuzz. Okay, the holy wafer tastes good. It's the judgment that left the bitter taste. My brothers were altar boys, and I have pictures of them. And no, we had good priests, luckily enough. Um, the holy wafer, yeah, okay. Communion wafers are transubstantial-ish. I did wonder why we weren't cannibals once as Catholics. So that's why that one made me put my head down to my desk. You're kind of scared now. No, no. Trust me, we play amongst ourselves if you just want to watch. I like to watch. Um Oh, I asked about being an altar boy when I was 6, but they didn't get paid. I was looking for a job. I seriously wouldn't put it past you, dear. People do ask for jobs when they're that age. You can be yourself in here, yes. They raised me Catholic in Ohio. That must have been interesting. I think it was probably a little bit more flamboyant here because, yes, we had gay priests, and that was what got me not to be Catholic anymore because our priest was paying attention to the boys more than the girls in Catholic catechism, which is, as those who don't know, Saturday morning school, where the nuns would see a hickey and do this with the ruler I learned how to put on makeup because she would come up, Sister Mario would come up and smack our hickeys. So, yeah, it hurt. Um, God pays you back through your children. Well, so much for that idea. And they're great when I'm gonna write that down. I know that wins the internet today. Oh, still kind of scared to be honest. Just hang out. That's all I can say. Have fun. We all do. Aw, no, don't cry. No, we're here. It's cool. There'll be more people like us, even people that don't like us. You could probably make friends with too, so don't worry about it. It's very junior high school in our group, and I mean the whole group, unfortunately. So most of us try to get to high school. So don't cry. I'm not sure what's worse, Catholics or Ohio. Sort of went through my mind too fast. So everybody give like a thumbs up for crew and say it's going to be okay. Mind blown. He does it all the time. That's why he's a holographic cat in a box. Um, my cousin Romeo was one of the founders of a Catholic university in Ohio. Oh, because of course, with Catholicism comes friars and Franciscans, and there's a third one, isn't there? We had friars at one of the churches. They're the ones who run around the Birkenstocks and the robes and the big rope belts. I don't know if they do that anymore. They might not cosplay anymore. I thought it was weird as a kid. And Franciscans are the ones that always run around in suits and act like they're better than everybody. So, let's see. Handcuffs, good point. I just subbed to Chic Crew. Oh, cool. You found. Awesome. See, now we have you. We can subscribe to you. You did great. You picked such a safe place to come to that we are completely nonplussed at your presence. You're welcome and valued. Yes. I grew up in a world of everybody for real because I grew up in Oakland in the 70s and it really was everybody. And just it's been that way my whole life. Uh, went from Oakland to Rocky Horror to goth. You want to talk about a huge group of people? So the only thing I had to learn was not say certain bad words as I grew up because I wasn't part of their culture. That's the Oakland thing. Otherwise, nope. Everything is normal. We do the 1 through 6 here. I'm bisexual. I don't care. So, ah, yeah, see, everybody's gonna go do it. So everybody's Cricket, Carrie Ann, Fuzz put the link down. Yes, Bob, that's what I think too. These mods are the best. They're great. My name is Juliet, so get Romeo jokes. Oh no! But now you got Cricket with a cousin or a relative. I think you said relative. Yes, Bob is awesome. He usually comes in late and he's my haircut. Um, mods are nothing without the best chat. We both love on each other like crazy. I don't consider it love bombing because I've always been like this. Um, People have a problem with love bombing. I don't see it. So, and I'm the one who's always taking care of someone. So, oh, fryers run in my family. I'm a air fryer. Oh my God. You actually had to think about that one, right? The transubstancy wafer was probably easier than the fryer one. Um, yeah, so weirdly enough, I always thought that Birkenstocks were on fryers too, besides hippies. No, they could be. I mean, what was that whole thing? Was it in the Da Vinci Code or something about the Ferragamo shoes or the Louboutins that a cardinal wore and then found out that they really could if they wanted to, or there was a pope that did it? Yeah, it's like they don't have to, only certain sects of Catholicism does a vow of poverty. It just gets so weird. Let's see. Fires are in my family. It's gonna stick in my head. Um, he was really smart and started an educational order when he was 15. The whole family doted on Romeo. Oh, so that's a necessarily a good or bad thing, especially when you leave it. Bob is royalty. My family was super strict, and I was diagnosed depressed at age 12. Yeah, super strict never really works. I've learned that from other people. My parents were rather progressive uh on their see brain fog for real. Uh on me getting in trouble. I didn't get hit, I got grounded, and if I went to the library or the museum, I could leave the house. So I got a lot of freaking knowledge for no reason, because I was grounded a lot. Terry, FYI, hello. I'm about to leave because I've been told by one of my mods that I'm on my fourth Minnesota goodbye. You'll find out later. It's the fourth California goodbye. Sure. You sit in the parking lot and you go, okay, blah, 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 gotta go. So it's my fourth gotta go. Um, or fifth gotta go. So, because yeah, I've been on for almost 2 hours and I kept my mods here very much a long time. So I lost two subs yesterday. I'm not sure why. It's something I said. Remember, it's also they kick people out. I will always use Natalie kicked out every day for 2 weeks until I became a member. So, but they do show up on your homepage even if you're not a member, which is sometimes is bothering me right now. It's all mind over matter. We don't mind, so it doesn't matter, right? Uh, let's see, transubstantiation. Yes, but Adam actually had it perfect about the host. We just love bombing chat, talk about old candies. I mean, yes. That's what we're doing. That's today's thing. Uh, Rebecca McGuire, hello. You're coming in towards the end, and Carrie Ann on her chat always does a picture for the end, but we haven't really taken that up yet because I usually do only an hour at the org. To me, the weirdest thing about being in a Catholic church is that nobody seems to feel bad for the chrism. I actually hate the incense. It was, I loved Catholic churches because they were beautiful, and the older ones, we have an older one, freaking great. But when they walk around with the incense, I was just like, it's awful. I bet you a bunch of people were sneezing at the time too. Okay, I'm gonna go for real now. There's super struck in there. Then there's abusive. Yeah. Upside the head when I was a kid. It was never in pain, but it was the because especially when you're a kid too, you do it on each other because you don't know any better. So, oops upside the head is real in the ghetto. Oh, let's see, always permanently grounded, but I'm crying and can't stop crying. Love bombing looks different from acceptance and respect. This is acceptance and respect. Yes, that is the difference. Love bombing because it's like, it's just we are the way we are, and other people would call it love bombing, and it'd be just for me, it'd be like, no, this is was it 3 o'clock on a Monday? Oh, thank you. It's just tough for me. Yes, your Hello Kitty behind your head distracting me. Yes. And this is the base of it. I still have to keep going because I finally started letting stuff go. This back was supposed to be a backdrop and or a real craft thing. So I just put the Hello Kitty up there to do my first feed from here. So it'll probably stay there though because it looks good. It's been a year. Um, I was not complaining. I'm having just wanted you to know I'm here. You're here. Yes, I know, Kay. I am teasing you guys too, since Cricket always teases us on text. You're allergic to the incense. I'm not surprised if most of us are. That incense was really heavy. I mean, piled on in the burner, whatever the heck it was called, and just wafted at all of us. Oh my God. Lent was ugh, horrible. Roman Catholic and none of that bothered me. The smell oddly comforting. You were lucky, Rebecca. Hello. I wish because that whole like that whole part of the year is beautiful. But yeah, the incense would drive me nuts because that's the fancy robes too, and all of the altar boys, everything else. It's beautiful. But and midnight mass. I think I went to one. Used to watch it on TV all the time. Sometimes I still do because of the Pope. It's just fun to watch. Um, Thank you for accepting me. That made my day. You're welcome, crew. It's just as long as you're not nasty, we don't care. And I mean my mean and bitter. I'm an ex-mean girl, so I know when mean is mean. So I paid for my mean girlness a lot growing what after I wasn't anymore. So it's okay. Yeah, it can be a bit much, but we are a fun and welcoming group. That's the truth. The only host more inscrutable than the communion wafer was not Peggy Guggenheim again. I almost got a Lego observatory from the Lego group. I don't know. I think it was an observatory in Paris. $300 Lego, Adam. Your fault. I love Kitty. Oh, thank you. So do I. Wait, see, I have a problem. Uh, let's see. Kitty, Bowie, Kitty. Yeah. I got my I got my tattoo at 40 something. My mother got her tattoo first when I was an adult. She got a lavender rose for me behind her on her shoulder. It's like I got mad. I was like, that's not fair. It still took me 2 years, 10 years after. I mean, half my friends are covered. And I did get it by a famous tattoo artist too. He was a friend of mine before he became a famous tattoo artist. And I asked him one day at club, I was just like, I wanted you to do Hello Kitty for me. And he's like, why haven't you asked me? You would have done it years ago. So he did it for me then. So we have an ordained basilica in my city and it's amazingly beautiful. Yeah. Unfortunately, we wound up with a mission. So we have San Francisco, was it Mission Dolores. And it's really good if you like that kind. It's beautiful, but it's not my aesthetic at all. Um, Mean Girls is a great movie. Oh yeah, and been there, got done that, got the home game. I was the super popular one. The Pope came and did his thing and blessed the church and all that jazz. It was unreal. I bet. Yeah, I'm even now I am so like the Pope. When the new one came around before he got sick, it was like, oh my God, we have progressive Pope again. And I say even say we, and I'm not. I mean, I carry a rosary in my purse because who knows? But it's from Tiffany. And it has been blessed. So, uh, and that's just because you never know. The I'm sure she will retell the HK fetish story for the nobody noob sometime soon. You guys are all outing me. Stop it. See, and this is from Papa Cat, who's my husband. Lego's great. Yes, there's a Lego store in Pleasanton. I found that out last week. I know I'm old. I'm looking forward to being mean and bitter. It depends if you're mean and bitter and they love you for it. It's very possible. I think my great aunt tried to be mean and bitter, but we always just cut her off. And she wore black suits, very Catholic woman, blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, I'm the one who's like, Aunt Mella, ha. Robe did provision transit passes for Argentina in 1945, and we're proud of it. Ah, okay, we're not going to go anywhere else on there. I have a dragon on my arm. I have a dragon on my forearm, but I'm not that old, I don't think. I can't come out. Okay. Yes, we deal with that one too still nowadays. I cheat because I live here. So, hell, my parents didn't even know anything, or supposedly didn't know anything until I started dating my best friend. Then they were really behind it. We were both like, that's weird. I think everybody accepted it way too fast for us. We broke up. Ah, I'm in Canada. I'm not American. Okay, I know it's a big difference. I will try to remember, but I won't. But we have people across the pond. So just mention can't keep mentioning Canada. Sitting is from Ireland. I always want to say that Nebulous is from somewhere else, but I don't think so. But they are people that come in and out because it's, a weird time there. Can't keep secrets here. Yes, we can. I was brought up that way when it comes up to things like that. Roman Catholic Church finds Lutheran communion Mennonine? See? See, you can tell I'm Catholic. I don't know anything else. Or ex-Catholic. We will not say anything we understand and we will follow your lead. Yes, very much so. You just tell us what to do and we're there when it comes up to things like that. I'm I'm sorry, sweetie, but I do have to go when I get to the bottom of this. In Orlando, there's a monument to the Balazian division, as 10,000 of them immigrated before there in 1945 from Ukraine. Wow. Yes, big hugs. Uh, like Dove said, I can't be a woman. I hate this. I hate my body parts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dear. I know it sucks. And sometimes it's not even any better here. So, world sucks on that aspect. And you do you in the places you can do what you want to do. So, and from Ontario, what are you talking about? I've never heard anything. Huh? See, when it gets like this, then it's like, I gotta go. More like, what city in Ontario are you talking about? Okay. So many ponds. It's well known about the support of SS Division. Oh, actually, I don't know that, but I wafted it to me. Yes. Okay. Uh, Canadians keep it real. Oh God. Uh, yeah, that was a Canadian thing. Papa Cat said that Canadian geese were from Canada and caught himself. That's when we first moved here. Since this is the first time I've ever heard of it, and I've been alive almost 40 years. Ah, okay. Canadian citizens in my family, I don't. Well, it's not actually what they that well known, sadly. Okay. Most people don't care about military or immigration here. It's not that friendly up here, honestly. Yeah, I've heard that because, we all want to say that we want to go to Canada. Um, I want to go to France. My sister's from France. That's another story. She's my full-blood sister and she was given for adoption. That's another story. And she's the oldest. How's that for a tease? Okay, guys, I am out of here. I am done. It's been over 2 hours. So I will see you guys tomorrow, from what I can tell, probably from the org around 2 o'clock. Okay? Everybody hit the like button. After you hit the like button, hit the sub button. After the sub button, hit the membership button. And then after that, stop because we're about to go into a really weird world. So do a super chat or a super live to yourself and get your provisions together. Okay? Cricket said might have a video up later. Yay. Yes. And thank you for joining us. And everybody have a great rest of the day. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Ciao, Bella.